So we got some stuff to recap. There's another Steven bomb, and the first episode of a new Clarence bomb. I want to talk about the Clarence real quickly.
Yeah.
Very strange episode.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That was, like, emotional for me.
Yeah.
For, like, towards the third act, I was just like, oh no!
Like, I was warned by one of the storyboard artists, so, like, yeah, this is a side of Clarence you've never seen before, and I was like...
Like, I thought that was gonna be a goof.
Yeah.
No.
And it was, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Now, there was a fucking crazy musical reference in this episode. Did you guys catch it?
Not musical reference. I caught two, like, movie references.
Well, it was a musical reference to a movie.
Oh, what was it?
The montage in which we see, after Dan buries the doll, after Clarence buries the doll and we see him start to deteriorate and become this bad kid, that song that's playing...
Oh, yeah.
Is a parody of Randy Newman's "Strange Things Are Happening to Me" from Toy Story.
That one.
Yes.
I did catch that.
It took me a bit.
Because it's like, what was it? Weird things are changing, or
yeah, it was like a little bit different, and it's not like the song from that movie everybody remembers. It was the second one.
Yeah, because the other two references were when he screams up at the rain, like in Shawshank Redemption, and then at the very end of the episode, the teacher quotes Willy Wonka.
What did she say again?
Do you know? Do you remember? Wait, don't you know what happens to the man who got everything he ever wanted in life? He lived happily ever after.
Yeah. And I feel, weren't there some references to other shows too?
Probably. I mean, like, well, obviously
like other
the episode,
cartoons.
Yeah, maybe. I know the episode itself is obviously based on a reference, the little brother doll that also influenced Chucky, which people probably thought it was a direct reference to, because people probably don't even know that Chucky was based off a real creepy, horrible doll.
Yeah, My Buddy is what that doll
My
is.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is this his
man,
little
that
buddy,
title
right?
screen was upsetting.
Yeah, right? Oh my god, no! Oh. Ooh, that scared me.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got the shakes.
Oh, I'm dying!
I'm dying!
He's standing on the face of a porcelain doll. Christ. Weird episode. I wonder what the rest of this bomb is going to be like.
Yeah, I heard there are a lot of good ones. But I mean, I guess the crux of the episode was, like, at first I was kind of like, this is weird, I don't get it. But then in the back of my mind I was like, no, you do get it. You just don't want to go there. You don't want to bring back that repressed childhood crap, because the shit that matters to you when you're a kid and how much it changes your life at that moment in time. Like, as an adult, it's hard to understand. Like, you forget what those little things can do to you. But man, can they wreck you as a small child.
I guess that might be the weird thing about me, was because, like, I just sort of, like, I mean, I had friends and stuff, but I, like, for some reason, we never got heavily into, like, hobbies and interests and shit. I don't know what we talked about instead. But, like, so I never had that, like, moment of, like, I need to stop loving this thing or else I won't have friends. So, like, for the past 24 going on 25 years of my life, I've just sort of rolled with everything. Well, I'm pretty cool. You know how many stuffed animals I have had in my bed consecutively forever?
Well, that's not necessarily what I mean. I mean, it was more like that small injustice that he had to face with
yeah, that too.
That's what I meant, like, and how it was directly related to him loving this thing. So he associated it in his mind. And, you know, something as little as, you made me stay longer than I was supposed to. Like, when he had that tantrum when he went home, I was like, oh my god, I remember this now. I remember these feelings where it's just like, I was just doing what you told me to do, and then it's my fault somehow, like.
I mean, like, I had the exact opposite moment where I was just like, this just sounds like what I mumbled to myself at work.
Yeah, like, it's something that you say even now, but, like, I had to go back to when it was like that as a child, where you felt, like, even more powerless about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely. Oh, shit. Now I get it. Now I understand. I mean,
that was a very real piece of dialogue.
Yeah, and the way that he filtered it through his little buddy, that was the interesting part for me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think my interesting part was when he, I guess, turns into the shitty kid with a hoodie.
Yeah.
And I just had this realization. I had this moment of like, how many middle schoolers who look like that used to be Clarence, and it made me really upset.
Oh man,
probably a lot.
A huge weight just washed over me.
Right? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no. Cause
like he looks like kids I've seen.
Yeah, he looks like a silly, goofy kid, and you've probably met a silly, goofy kid like him.
Yeah, but I mean, but I also meant his like third act dress.
Oh, totally.
Persona.
You know,
and it's just sort of like my mind synced up. It's like, oh, fuck.
It was very even during that montage of him falling apart, it was still a very Clarence thing to do, was to paint his room black with a broom.
Yeah, to sort of over-exaggerate it and take it to the next level.
Like, up until he put on the hoodie, I was fine with it.
To always use the wrong goddamn implement for any task he does. Let's get into Steven.
Okay.
Steven!
So, much like the first one, this one did have a constant narrative running through it. In that it was about the characters reconciling the events of the first episode that we talked about last week. In that Pearl did some shitty manipulation.
She done fucked up.
She did some shitty manipulation of events to fuse with Garnet under false pretenses. Also, you mentioned that you mentioned that Sardonyx looked like a Golden Age cartoon cricket. Apparently the cricket legs were a deliberate design choice.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, nailed it!
Hell yeah. The Toon Goons were always right about everything.
Always and forever.
Yep. I definitely said it was going to be Alexia Kadime and not Janelle Monáe. I'm going to go through and edit all our old episodes. Put some Microsoft Sam in there when I say Janelle Monáe. The second episode was called Keystone Motel, and I actually saw a lot of people compare this to Goofy Movie, and there's a bit of that vibe there, but not all the way.
Just the motel.
Nah. Those guys, I feel like all those people need to watch Goofy Movie again, because I feel like a lot of people on Tumblr who post like gift sets of specific scenes of nostalgic movies that aren't that great haven't watched it in forever, actually.
Like, as someone who recently watched Goofy Movie, the only thing in common is that you have a moment of drama set at a motel. Yeah. That's about it.
So, we now know that this show takes place in some kind of alternate United States where Pennsylvania is called Keystone.
Well, we've always kind of known that because, they live in, what's it called? It's like a combination of Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia.
Pennsylvania. It would be, I think.
It's like Melvara or something.
They would live near me.
Yeah, and Kansas is Hollywood and stuff. Like, we've had implications that it's different, like the money and stuff.
Yeah, and what if that's literally only because of gem influence? That'd be super fucking neat.
I would think so.
That's their butterfly effect.
I love it. I need more now that this whole new world has been opened to me. God, the show is good.
Well, you can check out our buddies at the Lunar Sea Spire podcast and website. They have a very detailed list of facts, not speculation, facts of this kind of stuff, all organized.
Just the facts.
Just the facts.
Just the facts, Max. That's what they should call that. I'll send them an email.
But yeah, this episode, I wasn't expecting it, but I was very happy.
That was honest. Keystone Motel is my favorite episode.
Of this, definitely. It was so fun. It was neat to see because, we've built, or Garnet has been built up as this perfect relationship, and that Ruby and Sapphire is just made of love, and everything is great. But it was nice to see that they also can disagree.
Yeah. Like a relationship.
Mm-hmm. And holy shit, literally every single face that Ruby made in the entire episode from start to finish, you take a screen cap of any moment, it's solid gold.
Yeah. If someone were to have taken each individual frame of that episode that had Ruby's face on it and make a high def printout of it and just cover my entire room with it while I slept, if I woke up and they were there, I would thank them.
I couldn't get over how fucking cute she was.
Yeah.
All her
She's
angry
adorable.
faces. Oh my god! Like, and at the fucking, I think my favorite was like at the fucking the diner where she was like, "Well, Garnet isn't here," and she like leans against like
He's so mad.
so mad.
Such a tiny mad. Honestly, like for some reason, their small stature means so much to me. I just love how tiny and expressive and adorable they are. Like, anytime I see, like, because like, obviously there's butt tons of amazing fan art of them, but anytime I see one where they're like average height human proportioned, I'm like, no, they have to be tiny. You're doing it wrong.
It's like when people draw Rose too skinny.
Yeah. That's for like a shitty reason. That's a shitty thing to do. This is just my own pet peeve.
Yeah. But it was just such a great episode, like seeing them as themselves, which we never really got to do. You know,
Yeah.
learning about their different abilities and their different personalities and seeing what goes into what makes Garnet. And Steven, you know, being caught in the middle of it, and like the poor kid always is caught in the drama when he just wanted to hang out with his dad and eat square pizza.
Well, he didn't want to eat square pizza. That was the most traumatizing part for him.
Yeah.
No, that was honestly that was another weird, oddly specific moment for me. Was like, I don't know, I just felt like a proud parent. Like, oh my god, I get to witness Steven's first Sicilian pizza. He didn't even know it existed. This is beautiful. It's like his first words.
I love Greg's line where it's like, "Son, when you get to a certain age, you'll learn to appreciate all pizza."
Greg is the best, and I love how he's just so nonchalant. Like, he opens the motel door and he's just like, "Oh, fuck this again."
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Where's the other one?
He had some of the best lines, like, was like,
Yeah,
"Well, I'm off to go meeting a man, an internet man. If I'm not back in an hour, call the police."
And like winked at him as he did it.
Another thing that this podcast will get right is because I've gone on record and said, as the series progresses, Greg will get more and more amazing until he's objectively my favorite character. And it just keeps happening. He's not quite there yet, but he's moving up that ladder.
And Steven's little thing at the end was pretty...
Oh, that was so...
heart-wrenching.
That was so good and so bad.
Especially because that's what finally made Sapphire, like, realize her feelings.
Yep.
Where she was like, "Oh my god, Steven, we were fighting and we made him think it was his fault." And that was such like an interesting, like, because even though, yes, she does have future vision, but that's a legitimate split that some people have with arguments and like things that happen. Because some people are just like, okay, I'm not even going to think about it because I'm just going to think about the future because this is all going to go away eventually. And then there are obviously others who are like completely caught up in the moment itself, and then that's where you have that disagreement. You don't need future vision to feel that way.
No.
Very intense. Like, I was... Once they made up and they started, like, getting really intimate, I felt embarrassed with Steven. I was like, whoa,
I was like, this is okay.
Okay.
But it's not on the mouth, so it's all right.
But it was even worse. I felt like it was even more intense because it wasn't on the mouth. It was like
yes,
going
exactly.
down the neck and like...
Yeah. But see, that's the thing about television censorship. It works utterly on nothing but semantics that have no context.
Yeah.
It's just a bullet point list. Does it have this? No, it's good.
Yeah.
And then the next one was Onion Friend, where we do get, you know, explicit confirmation that Vidalia, who we saw in
Story for Steven,
is the mother of Sour Cream and Onion. So we see the inside of their house because they follow Onion to his place because didn't he like steal his food or something?
He stole his chaps.
What's that voice?
I don't know. It's he stole his chaps voice.
Style his chaps?
Style his chaps.
Style his chaps.
Yeah, so we find out that back in the day that Amethyst and Vidalia used to hang out a bunch before Steven or Onion or even Sour Cream were in the picture. So while they're reminiscing and like having adult-ass conversations about growing old, Steven is stuck with Onion, who's the weirdest he's ever been. That fucking thing he did where he like Just spat out the noodles.
Yeah.
The potato.
He pretended to baby vomited them. You just go bleh.
The second act of that episode was so just hard to watch, just from like what's he gonna do next? Good lord, I can't take this.
Like, Onion is like the only person Steven doesn't like. And that's saying something. Steven
because it's that classic thing, because like, see, this is relatable to me, because I'm also had a lot of, like, kids I grew up with in school. Like, I was never a bully, but some kids, for me growing up, were just like, nothing was objectively wrong with them, but I'm just like, you're too freaking weird for me to process. Just go away. And I felt bad.
Yeah, but oh god, the potato sculpture, the baby food spit up, the snake thing, the
hole
birth
in the wall.
video,
Oh my
that was
god.
bad.
which sounded like a sex tape at first, and I was like, I know it can't be, but that's what it sounds like.
I knew what it was. It was still bad.
But like the way that they opened it, where she was like, "Oh, Yellowtail, oh my gosh," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I did get that vibe.
But even so, a birth.
Yeah, it's still a super weird thing to say to somebody, to show a person, under any circumstances, is to watch a human being get born.
Steven's so innocent, doesn't.
Not anymore.
How it works.
Yeah, because that's not how he was born.
I guess we don't
Actually,
really know.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. He was conceived. He was
But
conceived
then
the
at the
same.
we
end,
don't
it
need
turned
to.
out that Onion was just trying to be friends.
Yeah.
Weird little way.
And then with the the mouse in his mouth.
Oh my god.
That was, oh my god, because I was watching that with Alex. I was over at Alex's, we were playing video game stuff, and I was like, oh hey, new Steven, let's watch it. And we were both the whole time, because like when we're together, our most excited, we just get really excitable easily. So the whole time we're both just like, oh god, what's he doing now? It was a trip. It was exhausting.
Oh. But like the stuff with Amethyst and Vidalia was so awesome.
Yeah, she's really, Vidalia's a really cool mom in that way that cool moms are cool, that I always appreciate. I love those
And it
characters and real people.
And it kind of continued, like, this whole arc has really been very Amethyst, even though it's like, I guess because Garnet and Pearl are kind of out of the picture being angry at each other, Amethyst has had a chance to really shine and like grow as a character. Like the whole line with Vidalia being like, you know, you inspire me, you know, like I think you're an amazing person, and that's the kind of thing that Amethyst has been needing to hear.
Yeah, Amethyst has
Absolutely.
never been in a position to feel like she has it together. Because she's next to Garnet, who legitimately does, or mostly does, as we've seen, and Pearl, who constantly acts like she does.
Yeah.
And Amethyst is in a position where it's often made very clear that she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, and to have somebody that she admires so much look up to her, like, I just felt so happy for her.
Yeah, I mean, the notion of having your life together, I think, was the central theme of this whole week, and that, you know, we learned, you know, with Amethyst, that like the message there is, you know, you've got it you're doing better than you think you are, and the thing with Garnet, which we're going to get to, is that, you know, nobody has it completely together. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. This is the first thing that you learn when you're an adult. It's like everybody has been faking it, and everybody who looks like they have it together is just they're either really good at faking it, or they're just like the worst person.
Yeah.
Probably.
And then we got kind of a break, but not a complete break. It was still thematically related with historical friction, which was wonderful.
Yeah, it was a Lauren Zook episode.
Oh, it was so lovely. Jamie
Lauren Zook and Hillary Florido. Yeah, Jamie's back. He's really likable.
Yeah, he's so likable.
He's back and cuter than ever.
I know, like, I guess because he wasn't wearing his crappy mailman uniform, like, he was able to look really cute. Steven's in a play, and we get a little bit of history about Beach City and, you know, a lesson about how just, you know, you can't be perfect or else you're not interesting. It was almost like a letter to the fans. It was like, look, if they're perfect all the time, it's not a character. That's what makes me so great.
Listen, Pearl's actually a great character. Shut up.
Just shut up.
Although really, I feel like this episode was produced long before that became a thing.
Yeah.
It was prescient.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure, given how like the most of the staff of Steven Universe seems to come from Tumblr or similar circles, so they probably, if they have any foresight, they probably go into this new like people are probably going to be shitty about some of this stuff. And because they're good people, they didn't care, and they made the show they wanted to make.
And also, like, for kids, it's a thing to explain that, like, you know, no matter how old you are or whatever, you're not perfect, you make mistakes, but you have to keep going. And that just makes you a more interesting person and just a person, period.
Yeah, and I think also a good lesson for kids is that it gave you some good writing advice. It's like, hey, cut it out.
Yeah.
Give your protag some flaws.
Oh my god, but Jamie has all the gems.
Yeah, oh my god.
That was good, but then Amethyst was a mop.
He nailed it. He was perfect. The party hat cone nose, and the box hair, and the return of the movie star sunglasses.
And then, because didn't Lauren Zook tweet, like, her favorite thing to come from that episode was people redrawing dramatic Pearl moments with Jamie as Pearl?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think she did.
Yeah, it was just a
lot of fun.
Really fun, solid episode.
More Mayor Dewey and more Pearl blowing him the fuck off.
And a little bit of history.
Yeah, that was great. Actually, Lauren Zook made a tweet about that. That's something that she did in real life, that, you know, she was on the bus, some dude sat down next to her, and then she just got up and switched seats, and the dude was pissed, and it was great.
Amazing. I love it.
The last episode was Friendship, and this one ties it together. We get the resolution from what happened in Cry for Help. And a lot of Peridot, who, as some people have predicted, is basically becoming a Hanna-Barbera villain.
I love her so much.
It's so good.
She's solid gold. She's a great villain. Like, people keep talking about how they want her to join the Crystal Gems, and I'm like, no.
Please
No.
don't
No.
ever.
No. She needs to fucking just
Keep...
mess with their heads and just be hilarious.
And, like, the best shot is that she was walking around on her fingertips and, like, but still, like, I'm dangerous. I'm a force to be reckoned with.
Oh,
And the thing is that they brought back the Claude insult a bunch, which is great. It's just fun to say. But I was thinking about how it actually really does make sense as a gem homeworld insult. Because, like, what is a gem? A gem is a fancy rock. What is a rock? A rock is fancy dirt. So, when you call somebody Claude, you're calling them dirt. You're saying that you're, like, 2 steps below what you're supposed to be normal.
Yeah, that's why I realized that this episode is when I thought about, like, oh shit, like, Claude's like a real thing to them.
Yeah. And Steven was hilarious, where it's like, good morning, have a good weekend!
Yeah, because, like, Steven still continues to not, like, really, he doesn't seem to blame Peridot for anything.
Not really.
He's just like, we need you to cut it out, but I don't hate you, because I'm Steven.
But
please stop.
But he totally brought his game this episode.
Yeah, with the shield?
Yeah, Steven!
Love him. 3 times
He's
in
getting
one
good at that
day.
stuff.
Apparently it wears him out, though, which is interesting.
Oh yeah,
I guess it's his human body.
he's learned, but then we find out. Speaking of body, we find out that Peridot's not apparently 100% gem construct because her fucking foot came off, and they just have that now.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of suspected it with her fingers and all that stuff.
And like I saw what turned me off of it was because like I saw a lot of theories that were like, oh man, what if she like doesn't have like these limbs, and they gave a really angsty fanfic reason, so I immediately wrote it off as like, that's bullshit, it's just how she's designed, you all need to shut up.
Yeah, because...
But now that might be true, fuck me!
I mean, it's not
Do you
clear
think her
whether...
hair is a helmet?
No, her hair is...
Uh,
That's her hair.
I don't know, man.
Like, it looks like a helmet, but the creators have said that it's just her hair. It just looks like that. Like how Pearl's hair looks like that.
Yeah.
I guess.
And just geometric shapes. Pearl's a triangle, Garnet's a cube, she's a...
Like a roundy,
side...
some kind of quadrilateral thing.
Yeah. But yeah, we're not sure...
She's a guitar pick.
Yeah. We're not sure if her weapons are her fingers. Like, we're not completely sure what her deal is. This whole foot thing implies that we're going to find out more. It's going to be funny watching her waddle around.
She's the greatest. Peg leg Perry. I want it.
Yeah. I shared this with you guys in our Skype chat, but I want to share with the listeners. A tweet by a dude named Vondell Swain, who we've actually talked about before, because I think he's great. He made a tweet that was like, "You'll never catch me, you corn on the clods." This is for my AU where they're all vegetables. And I've been thinking about that all goddamn week, and it's been killing me. I passed somebody on the road today and yelled that out the window.
But yeah, you guys were saying that Onion Friend was the hardest one for you to watch, but for me, this one definitely was, because Pearl was just... It was so... I guess pathetic? I don't want to be, like, criticizing.
Her Pearlness was, like, cranked up to 11, and it was excruciating.
It was... Oh, my God. Even Steven was like, Pearl, get off!
Pearl, you need to stop.
And it's like, oh, my God, Pearl.
Oof.
Pearl, you fucking weenie.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's not pathetic. She's a weenie.
She's the weeniest.
The weeniest gem. Her, instead of a spear, just give her a super duper long hot dog.
But we did get more confirmation about the whole Pearl thing, because she said, I'm just a Pearl. So
clearly she is a specific... Pearls are a thing.
Yeah, and that probably has a big reason... Has a lot to do with her character and why she is the way that she is, I would imagine.
But it seems to reinforce the speculations that mostly Nina made during Sworn to the Sword.
What did I say?
That, it's in her nature to serve.
Yeah.
To be, knight-like, to that kind of relationship.
Like, she said it herself, like, I'm just a Pearl. I can't do anything by myself. I need someone. Like, I need to, like, depend on somebody. That's... So we'll see. It does beg the question if there are other... Because, I mean, the gem race, I imagine, is quite populated.
Yeah.
Like, there are only so many gems in minerals. There must be... Are there other gems that go by the same name? Like, they'll all just be like, oh, Perry.Garnet, whatever, but, like, are there more than one?
Is it like Yoshi and Toad, where it refers to both individuals and a collective group?
They just get to the gem world. Hello!
And they all have Pearl's face from Say Uncle.
Hello! Well, I'm looking at the episodes that are coming up. We got one called, this is crazy, Super Watermelon Island. Steven finds the watermelon Stevens he created in the episode Watermelon Steven.
The one thing you thought would never come back.
No.
Yeah, I saw a post that's like, things that are at the bottom of the ocean in Steven Universe. A monster gem fusion and 100 anthropomorphized watermelons. Then there's Gem Drill, which is Steven travels underground. And then Barn Mates, Steven aids a pair of friends in getting along at a barn. I'm going to suspect Lars and Sadie, because they still have some shit to reconcile after Lars and Sadie Island, whatever that episode was called. Island Adventure. That was episode 30, and this most recent one was 67. That was a grip ago.
But here's the thing. Somebody recently made this chart. Steven, as of the 17th, is approved for 3 seasons, which is 156 episodes. Which means we're only 43% of the way there to the end. Right? We've seen 67. There's 89 more to go. We're not even halfway done. There's a lot more. There are a lot of more. A lot of stuff can happen.
This show got approved for so many episodes before anything even happened. I love it. Like, even back when season 1 was still airing, they were like, oh yeah, we got approved for like 80 episodes or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So, people are like, oh, a filler episode, character development episode. It's like, dog, we have 89 more episodes. We got time to chill. Like,
we're gonna
and
be
honestly,
okay.
like we're not even chilling as often as other shows who have less time to chill.
Yeah, like I would think we would have taken more breaks, but no, like
this show has the least filler. Like most of the filler episodes have been a cop out. Like, surprise, it's actually plot.
Yeah. The example we go back to every day is On the Run. Because they sold us a bill of goods at MagFest.
Or even like something like Secret Team, which you didn't think was going to be important, and then fucking
Because
the last Steven Baum made us change our minds about that. Like,
because I feel like a lot of shows treat like emotional character development and like what the action driven plot is as like two separate things. And I feel like Steven Universe melds them really well, so, like, you can't not have an important episode, because if the characters are interacting and developing and having conflict, then is that not the plot?
Yeah, no, it is important. Like, I don't know why
the best show on television.
I don't know why there's the separation between the two. It's like, but that's what the show is. What are you talking about? Like, are the characters just arbitrary vessels to you just to get to the lore and the plot? Like, I don't understand how some people consume media. I really don't.
It's dumb. That's why we're here to tell them how to do it right.
Oh, apparently Greg and Wirt did cameo in today's episode of Clarence.
Oh, I'll have
cool.
to watch that again.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was I felt like there was like an Adventure Time reference, or I felt like there were references to a lot of other shows. I have to watch it again.
So, shoutouts? Are we done?
Yeah, let's get to shoutouts.
Yeah, shoutouts. Okay, thank you to everybody who found our show, liked our show, following us, tweeting at us. Like, there's always more of you every week, and it's so wonderful. And I'm thankful to all of you. Gamma Jamma said, hey guys, just wanted to drop in and say thanks a bunch for the Summer Wars episode. I'm glad you guys all got a kick out of it. Also, I kind of hate to add more piles to the suggestion thing, but you think about doing an episode on Kablam. It features diverse segments and failed pilots.
Yeah,
possible.
Kablam. I haven't thought about Kablam in forever. I don't know. It's a weird one. Maybe. Well, because it's weird to tackle because it's multiple shows. It's one of those variety shows that you don't see anymore, really.
What was the the toy superhero guys?
Action League Now.
Action League
They
Now.
did get their own spin-off.
They did. This was the most popular one.
Yeah, I remember.
For some reason.
I remember. Mr. Austin Potato said, don't mean to be a bother, but did you hear about the Invader Zim comic that came out? Yes, I did. It's pretty exciting for diehard fans. Also, Rick and Morty Season 2 is almost here, and I can't wait.
What is it, like next week?
Fuck, is it?
Is it not here yet? Did it get leaked?
Where is it?
Because I kind of watched the first 2 episodes.
July 26th is when it airs.
Well, then what did I watch? How did I watch this?
The first episode
then?
is called A Rickle in Time.
Yeah, and it was hilarious.
Well,
how did this happen?
Leaked is what happened, Tooch.
I didn't know. I just went to a TV site and saw that it was up, and I was like, oh, fuck, I heard that was airing soon. I guess it's now. You can cut this then, okay. Yeah, Rick and Morty's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, boy. Bonnie sent us a short little email just saying, West, with an image of that old guy with the W.
From
that old guy who's probably like
from
20.
Flapjack, yeah. West. Yeah, Plarcy just, sent us a nice letter. It was fun to read. Thanks so much for that. Talking about your opinions of Inside Out and Oscars and board games and all kinds of stuff.
We forgot to talk about the Emmys nominations because they came out. I mean, they don't matter, but
like most awards.
Yeah, I mean, Adventure Time, Steven...
Over the Garden Wall, the whole series is up for the long form animation against like Bob's Burgers and stuff. It'd be really cool if that wins, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll talk about it once the announcements come out.
I just have one thing I want to mention about that, and that the Steven episode that's up is Lion 3 straight to video, which is a great, fantastic fucking episode.
Yes.
But I wonder how much of the impact you'll get if it's the first episode you watch. I wouldn't be surprised if Steven ends up being like Adventure Time, in that it's years and years of industry redefining quality, but it never gets that kind of Emmy recognition because it's so much continuity and stuff like that. And also, like, too good for those dumb fucks. But I wonder, like, as it goes on, like, Adventure Time right now, you can't just hop into an episode of Adventure Time and get it, because it's so dense with continuity now. Although the one that is nominated, Jake the Brick, I actually think is the most accessible episode they've done in a long time.
And one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think that was the best choice for nomination. Because, like, my favorite was Grable's 1000 Plus, but, like, I've watched the whole series and I didn't even get all of that.
Yeah.
Right.
So, we'll see.
So Jordan tweeted at us, could you talk about Akira, the movie, not the manga?
Yes and no, in that if we talk about the movie, we're gonna fucking talk about the manga.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about that awful panel we went to again.
Yes. And I very much appreciate you using both the Eat the Boomers and the Post-Goof World hashtags.
Yes.
The next one you gotta... The next hashtag you gotta add is fart bark, I guess.
At It's a Duck Blur, just promoted us on their Twitter and said that they were enjoying it. Thank you so much.
I looked up what they are. They are a podcast. It's a husband and wife who are going through every episode of DuckTales and doing a podcast about that.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I noticed that's a thing that's happening where, like, people are just taking one specific TV show and doing, like, every episode. And that's interesting to me, and I'd love to do it if I wasn't doing this in another podcast.
Yeah, we can't do that, but, like, so you guys...
Well, then we'll leave it to other people to do. We can't.
Yeah,
we can't hog
anybody
all
out
the
there-
podcast ideas.
I want to, though.
I just don't want to edit them.
Yeah, basically.
Plarcy just wanted to let us know that they have a Twitter, so they're going to be tweeting at us a lot. That'll be fun. And at Duffy A says, you guys take a look at Android Keykider, the animation, or the Big O. I'm not familiar with the first one, but I am familiar with the Big O, which I know would be up Tooch's alley because it's got a giant robot in it.
Android Kikaido would be up my alley too because it's a robot, not of the giant variety, but I'm sure that both of those things are on our list for my other podcast, Mechtrospective, the show that I made because Nikki and Nina aren't going to watch all these robot cartoons with me.
I mean,
so Devin will.
I would watch the Big O.
Yeah, the Big O. Yeah, the Big O's relevant. Like anything like that, anything that goes mainstream beyond the only mech fans will like this.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we do. But yeah, all the more obscure. Well, not obscure, but like I don't know.
You mentioned Gamma Jamma's message he sent us. He did close it with "Anyway, keep on trangling." I appreciate that, dog. That's a Homestar deep cut.
Nice. That's my boy Justin.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, he sent me DVDs.
How you become a friend of the show. Buy us things. We are petty and shallow.
Speaking of which, if you do want to send us letters or like physical fan art or anything in the mail that you might want to send us, if you want to, let us know, because then we could maybe think about getting a P.O. box.
Yeah, if enough people show interest. So if you seriously want to, not just like, oh yeah, I would do it. Like if you're committed to like mailing us things, because otherwise we're not going to waste the time.
Yeah, well, the money.
So we
rather.
need We need to know if truthfully that's out there. that desire is out there. So
Yeah.
hit us up with anything.
Yeah, anything. If you doesn't, you can send us whatever the heck you want.
Yeah,
The
we
P.O.
want
box
to know what we want to know what the Goonsters are all about, how we can connect to you.
Yeah, you guys are really cool people, and I'm always thankful for your thoughtfulness and your kindness and your fun attitudes and neat ideas. Like, I'm always very impressed by how great you guys are.
And I think as we were recording, we got one more message from somebody named Adventure Trays on Tumblr. Hey guys, love your blog and your SoundCloud. You guys are the only cartoon animation podcast I love listening to. You guys make me laugh at the stuff you say. Plus, you guys are getting me into shows I never thought of watching, so thank you. Can't wait to listen to you goons, to what you goons have to say on the next review. So thanks, dude.
Yeah, thanks so much. Like, that's all we like, to know that we get you to watch cartoons.
That's the
and
biggest
to think
thing.
about cartoons and to have fun with it more than you would have on your own. Like, that's all we want, you know? And it's so great that you guys feel that way.
Yeah, because like, if you obviously we want to entertain, it'd be one thing if it was just like, oh wow, these chuckleheads are pretty fucking funny. But like, most of what we get is like, you've introduced me to so much new stuff, or like, I never thought about this, or you guys have interesting points, and like, that's so much. That means a lot because you're actually like paying attention.
Yeah, and you're unlocking your own critical faculties, and that's awesome. You know, always.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as overthinking something. Like, just whatever you get in life, you should think about it.
I think we've stated with some of these fan theories that there is a thing as overthinking it, but like,
it's not even that they're overthinking it.
Well,
it's a complex issue.
It's different.
Like,
when I say overthinking, I'm talking about like critical thinking, not like making theories or assuming. Just like, what is this? What is this trying to say? I wonder what they meant by that. Huh, that's interesting. Like,
bad fan theories are less they're overthinking and more they're not thinking enough because they're not taking enough factors
they're writing fan
into
fiction.
account.
Yeah, and you know, fan fiction has its place, but
I love
that's what it is. It's fan fiction.
I've never read any that wouldn't get me fired for reading it, but I appreciate that it exists.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
I tried to write a piece of fan fiction for Fire Emblem Awakening, and then I started writing it like, I don't know what I'm doing. This sucks.
I just keep my fantasies in my head. I don't need to share them.
Our upcoming schedule. Next week we are doing, what is the name again, Nina?
Michiko and Hatchin.
It is an anime that we kind of just found out about tonight.
It was suggested to us a while ago, but it's been airing on Toonami recently, and I keep seeing gift sets of it and reading about it. And I'm like, this show looks really cool, so we just decided let's just fucking do it because it was an early suggestion.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, so you can watch it there,
or you can watch it on Toonami.
Yeah. After that, we're doing. I already forgot.
Downtown.
After that, we're doing MTV's Downtown. That one you're going to have to dig for.
Yeah. Which I believe was suggested to us by the buddy that you guys met.
Yeah, James. Who?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who we met at Anime X. And then after that, we are almost certainly going to do Resurrection F. We're going to see that during the week it's out. And then Camp Laszlo.
So for context, we're seeing Dragon Ball Z Resurrection after the Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah, we're gonna see the new Dragon Ball.
In case anybody isn't like a '90s kid that isn't my friend Alex who never watched it.
Yeah. Or me.
Oh yeah, you
or
didn't
me.
watch
I didn't watch it growing up either.
Yeah, then why are we doing it?
Because it's
we're
Dragon
trying to
Ball.
catch
It's a big
up.
deal. People have been wanting us to talk about Dragon Ball, and I don't see a better reason than this brand new movie that's coming out.
Yeah, it's new, and it's only an hour 45 minutes long, as opposed to longer than the length of the universe.
And I know the basics of Dragon Ball. I can hang. I'll just watch, the one that came before, and I'll be gold. I'll be set.
I guess.
It'll be fun.
And I won't, and I'll just go see the movie, and I'll see some guys get punched, and I'll have a good time.
I guess it's just like part of me is like disappointed that this thing that's been going on for decades, that its lore actually isn't that hard to parse.
Yeah,
It's not, because half
They
of it
punch
is
a
them just
bunch.
standing.
They scream
And, like, honestly,
punch.
like, 70% of the cast becomes totally obsolete by the end of the show.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just Vegeta and Goku by the very end of it. Everyone else is literally useless.
Like, Toonami aired one of the Dragon Ball movies. I don't remember which, the one with Icarus and Baby Gohan.
It was
Icarus.
it was cooler. Cooler's
Yeah, it was the first Cooler. And, I was like, let's watch this. And Nikki was like, oh, okay. And we were like, this was fun. Like, it's just, they're fun. Dragon Ball is fun. You don't need to know everything about it to have fun.
And that was one of the movies, which, I mean, they're not good.
No,
it wasn't good.
Half the movies are bad.
I think they all have the same plot in that Goku gets the shit kicked out of him, then they get the sensu beans, and then Goku kicks the shit out of the guy.
Well, I like that one better than the first Broly.
That is the plot line of everything. Every story arc of Dragon Ball Z is Goku goes to do something, gets his shit kicked, and then he has to heal or train or do something, and in the interim, all his weaker friends have to be a punching bag to the bad guys until he shows up.
Yeah, they have to get him out of the picture so to cause drama, because he's the most powerful person ever.
That's literally the only reason they have to keep using the Dragon Balls, is because while Goku's off doing something else, all his friends are dying.
Yeah.
And it's the same friends every time.
Sensubi!
It's a great show.
Yeah.
Best show.
So
10 out of 10.
That's our sketch. Ways to contact us. We've got a Tumblr, thetoongoons.tumblr.com. It's our main website. You can see our whole archive there, and some of our upcoming stuff. I think Nina updated that before we started recording.
Yep.
And Nina curates and reblogs a bunch of animation posts, really interesting stuff. It's also, if you want to send us an ask there, we'll either read it on the show
or anything, whatever the heck you want to send us.
Yeah, we usually respond to asks on the show, but sometimes we'll respond if it's just like a quick thing. If you want to be even quicker, we got a Twitter, which is @the We've got a SoundCloud, which is where we directly upload our episodes. You can leave a comment there if that's your speed, or if you don't want to go through iTunes, you can download them through there. We are on iTunes. Search for the Toon Goons. We have an email. Almost forgot. That's best for longer form stuff. At thetoongoons@gmail.com. And we've got a YouTube. I've started actually working on putting together some Toon Goofs, because I'm sitting on a lot of them. We just got to release them. Of cut stuff that I had to take out of the episodes so that they weren't 4.5 hours long. But they're funny as hell, so I'm going to share them with you guys. That's coming very soon. That should be everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been Nikki.
I've been Nina.
And I'm Tooch.
Thank you for tuning in.